it becomes a much more viable pick.
Secret can maybe be thinking about the Tinker here.
Yeah. Doesn't really feel to be their style because I don't think it's not fast paced. It's not going to take those early towers the way what DK did last game.
I mean,
it's not going to rotate
could,
early.
If you get fast travels, you can kind of just siege it all the marches and stuff.
Yeah.
But getting there is usually kind of hard.
Yeah, I feel like it's a hero that can put you on the back foot. Early Tusk rotation
Razor
to
Kunkka.
There's no Timber Sword to worry about. That was banned for a stage.
No Razor to worry about.
Which is actually, yeah, that Timber ban kind of, now suddenly helps Team Secret a little bit.
I like the Kunkka pick a lot.
Yeah, what?
But at the same time, going late game is a bit scary, no?
Well, okay, late game just became maybe a little bit scary on the side of Secret, but what is the strength of the Kunkka pick here as their final pick?
Gives them team fights, gives them control, which they lacked a little
really
bit.
Strong laner too. Like all of the heroes that you mentioned, Razor and Timber, even OD, another hero that matches up well against Kunkka.
The problem is if they pick Monkey now, I see...
Kunkka can play versus Monkey, right?
Very hard.
Okay.
Very, very hard. And then they would lose those 2 core matchups already, which is what I mentioned before, is when you feel really, really vulnerable. Because you can't really swap the lanes around either. Like a Jug can't play against a Monkey.
And Monkey does definitely stand out as the pick, but EG haven't just lost with it. Do you back for it?
Oh, he just went.
Death Prophet. They're going to get more of a Sumail. It's more of an EG hero, I want to say. Like, yeah, it's Sumail always playing it, but I think playstyle-wise, this gives EG, it gives them something to play around. Last game, if this Monkey's rotating around, this time around they rotate to the Death Prophet and actually take objectives. Because that's where Secret destroyed them last game, was these early towers. That's something that EG can now do themselves with the Death Prophet ultimate.
Okay, so now a little bit more even with that in mind when we talk about these early game towers. But how's the mid game look? That was where it did fall apart last time. Secret was able to grab that by the reins. Does it look more even there as well? Or is that going to be the pressure point?
EG's draft looks really good for mid game, I think. They have DP ult, they have Tide ult.
I think
actually EG draft is really solid.
Yeah.
Really
last game we didn't dislike their draft by any means. It was much more just the way they approached the lanes and how they played around the TB. This game, I think they did focus more on that mid game where Secret bullied them last game. So I think it suits EG against Secret. I don't think this is the kind of draft they would have done against LGD eHome, but against Secret, this is the right fit.
But once again, it seems like we're in a position where the draft doesn't necessarily need to be the focus. It's all going to come down to execution, and we might decide it right here. Is Secret going to get to go to the grand finals?
Rematch or no rematch? That's the question that's coming up right now. Secret versus Evil Geniuses. A much better draft this time from EG, I think at least, but it does still have some problems.
Yeah, they are... The thing is that the Lich in this game, there's not actually that much you provide the Frost on reverse. It's so much magic damage on the side of Secret, and EG's lineup is very cooldown reliant.
Not
right?
dead crowd.
I mean, the crowd
They're filling up.
The crowd is definitely filled up here. But yeah, we look and they've got Exorcism, pretty long cooldown. Metamorphosis, long cooldown. Tidehunter, pretty long cooldown. Even Chain Frost is a little bit less, but it looks like Secret's going to go for the same thing. This high octane strategy, high tempo, try to put the pressure on. But EG, they do have some ways to match it. This Death Prophet is going to be absolutely massive for their game if he's able to get offline. He really needs to as well. I need to also see how S4 is going to do in this game. I think if he dies too much, it's going to be really hard for them to actually rally around because he wants to be their frontliner. Death Prophet can act as like a secondary frontliner, but you don't want to be the main one because then everything is going to be focused on you. So S4 has to have a decent game as well for them to actually be able to have a good start.
And you can see already that they want to avoid that matchup against the Juggernaut. Jug is heading to the top, it looks like right now. Tidehunter heading down bottom. And so often what we've seen in these offlaners potentially going into the safe lane and just trying to either go 1v1 or, deal with a tri-lane.
Yeah. See how Tidehunter can deal with the pressure of these Darkseers, because he will be able to outfarm the Tide if he's just pulling the creep wave with Ion Shell to neutrals. You farm way faster. Sure, Tidehunter doesn't take so much damage under tower because of your Kraken Shell as well as Anchor Smash, but yeah, Darkseer forces the wave in way quicker, and also just you can jungle at an easier rate until the later levels.
The other thing that we need to watch for in this, you're talking about the Darkseer, I always think back to the combos that you can have. You've got Jakiro here with the Ice Path. You've got the Torrent Boat, all of these things. But then on the other side, from Evil Geniuses, could be the snowball plays. If Crit gets off to an early start, has himself a Blink Dagger, maybe come in and separate from all of that damage that gets thrown out.
Love the combos. We used to, a long time ago. Me and Universe, the Darkseer Jakiro all the time. I love watching it. Even the Kunkka. It's pretty easy. It's reliable to actually land a lot of times with these vacuums. with Kunkka on top. They've got two different ways to actually set it up. And let's see what YapzOr does with his plays, as he started with boots first on the Tiny. So hasn't skilled yet, might look to go for some toss-back plays here. We will see.
And actually, they're going to be rotating that Jakiro up to the top lane as well. Lich, Tusk, and Terrorblade all there, so an aggro yet again.
Yeah, and we see bottom, there actually Zai is the one who blocks the hard camp. So you see the sentry ward is there to make sure that the Tidehunter can't match the speed of farm. Because a lot of times when we see these Darkseers Ion Shell and just cut the waves, the enemy safe laner pulls the creep wave into that neutral camp and farms like a little bit extra, but they blocked it this time. So Zai will be able to farm extra over S4 as we were mentioning.
Yeah, and a very strange skill build there, as it is going to be a healing ward taken level 1, and it might have been a kill if... Oh, it's still going to end up being a kill as Fly goes down.
The toss back. Yeah, the healing ward level 1. That
feels like a misclick.
I think that might have been a misclick.
Nonetheless...
They get the kill?
Yeah, they're able to take that finish. So a nice play there. Mid one, taking a lot of harassment early here from Sumail. And it has been a long walk as bottom lane, they're doing the creep cutting action that we were talking about. Nisha in some trouble. He's used the healing ward and being slowed down a couple punches. Looks like he will live.
That makes this lane a little awkward. At least he's going to heal up and he doesn't have to use that many tangos. But, oh, they're trying to kill it. They won't actually be able to. All right. That had to be a miskill, right?
I mean, it feels like it really messes up the lane a lot.
Yeah, because now he can't spin whenever like the Frost Shield is active and they put the pressure on him. Meta is going to be starting to go down, but that guarantees our TZ pretty solid start. 6-3 last hits compared to 4-0 in Jug.
I mean, even the tag team, you know, not piercing spell immunity. You could have just spun away from that, not taking quite as much damage. So, could become a lingering point there. Sumail walking forward, seeing if he can maybe find himself a Crypt Swarm, doing a lot of damage on the mid one, in trouble. The last hit, oh my goodness gracious.
That was incredibly close.
So far, so good. And in spite of taking a lot of damage there, Kunkka having a nice time against Death Prophet.
Yeah, he's got, I mean, it's this Tidebringer, right? We say it so much, like, even though you're versus these ranged heroes, you just have to expend a little more money on regen. So his net worth will be down a little bit, but he's still getting those solid last hits. And Sumail is going to run out of mana. I believe he's got some mangoes being delivered at least, so that will at least put him a little bit better to put the pressure on.
Oh.
But yeah, it should be fairly even in the mid lane, just mid one will be spending more money on regen.
Up there in the top lane, Nisha does have his level 2, so things become a little bit easier. Dropping his Coiling Blade to make sure he got some of those last hits as well. High level plays, of course.
I actually didn't get to talk about the ward that EG placed as well. The bottom wards, they both actually did the same thing of blocking camps, so Zai won't be able to farm it as much as he wants to, pulling it into that one neutral, the medium camp on the left side, and then Secret blocked the right side camp to make sure that Zai couldn't pull it in, so yeah, like Mirror Things coming out just to mess with the Darkseer and Tides farm.
Definitely. Very even, in spite of that one toss-back kill that came out. The big problem is just going to be that Darkseer's gotten so many last hits and is top of the net worth right now up there with the Juggernaut as the spin, the toss away. Make sure that YapzOr is going to be perfectly fine as well as Nisha.
They're both getting like relatively same farm though on Nisha and Arteezy. And the scary thing too is that every time that EG's trying to pull the side, because they're trying to equalize the lane, Puppy's just chain pulling, so they're going to be getting better experience on the side of Secret. Contesting that pull versus a Tiny is so scary. You walk between those areas, you're going to get tossed in the tower every single time. So EG has to be careful how they maximize and keep their levels to try to get an advantage over Secret, because Secret's going to be able to pull ahead in that experience if they keep doing this.
And the way that they're trying to do it is pull it into that hard camp, but it's just not really happening as they are able to interrupt those ones. So Sumail throws out another one of these Spirit Siphons onto mid one. Was able to get a couple more denies in this matchup. 24-7 versus the 18-3.
It's the same things happening though. Like mid one is spending more money on regen, but Sumail is spending a lot of money on just mangoes. But he will be ahead by about 300 gold or so right now.
Or that Anchor Smash back off cooldown, taking a lot of damage here from the Ion Shell. I don't think that this is really going to be much of a chance for a kill at all.
Putting the pressure on though. He's forcing him to salve now and breaks it with the vacuum.
Oh, nice play. Zai making it happen. And this is the other benefit of having this Kunkka in the mid lane is the XTP plays back up to full, has his bottle now also, so he has that extra bit of regen coming through.
Sumail's pulling out just a bit ahead though, like you mentioned, those denies. Versus Tidebringer too, which is pretty impressive. Just that ranged hero advantage as he just keeps getting the Spirit Siphon onto the Kunkka as well.
5-minute mark. Darkseer uses the Shrine, was trying to stack up Ancients, didn't quite get them there. And again, it's Nisha having a decent time against that Terrorblade, relatively even on CS. And across the board, it has just been those little trade-offs. And being out of lane for a little while, Tidehunter pulls a little bit ahead, finishes off the Vlads, and has level 6 already at 5 minutes.
That's looking crazy. I was actually ahead in the Darkseer in farm. So I had a good amount more last hits, but S4 has been able to, since he unblocked the camp with his own sentry ward, he was able to farm that a couple times while Zai was pulling it away. So extra gold from that big neutral camp. Really smart, like really smart little plays happening down bottom, just between the ward games. Just because I believe actually I saw S4 start with a sentry ward because he had a feeling that they were going to block the camp and all that. So
yeah. Thinking ahead, knowing what's going to come. Tag team, toss, on Anisha, the spin, immediately snowball, pull in the Terrorblade as well. Lots of damage now out onto these heroes, and the Ice Path leveled early, going to pop the Fairy Fire just for safety. And with that, should be the end of the aggression. Secret keeping that healing ward alive, and everybody on Secret very survivable.
break the salve off RTZ.
Heady from Puppy, the right move.
Yeah. Yapster's almost got arcane boots on this Tiny too. So we see the battle of regen start to play out when you're looking at tri-lanes a lot, and they've got healing ward on the side of Secret, and soon arcane boots, like I was mentioning, the sustain for them is going to be just a bit higher than EG, and it's just constant. I'm looking at Puppy. This is like his fifth pull that he's gotten off on the single pull. So we're seeing that experience really come into play. They just have a little bit more over EG in that lane between the three of them. Like Yapster's level 4, Nisha's level 4, Puppy's on his way to level 4, while on the other side, EG's just hitting their level 3s.
And now the Ice Path connecting onto that Lich. We'll see if they can take advantage of those early level lead that they have.
Yeah, they're just making sure not to let EG pull that side. Yeah. Just make sure that they can get their pulls off and don't let EG do theirs. Really interesting approach, because with that tossback, as I was mentioning, it's so scary to threaten.
There's not really an answer at all for it, and they're just going to have to hope that they can get better stuff out of those other lanes and maybe play group up around this Tidehunter once he gets his stuff online. They do have level 6, 7 now on Death Prophet, and about to hit level 7 for mid 1, so 4 points in Tidebringer, as well as having the boat available. I mean, I feel like you could maybe make some type of a rotation towards mid to find a kill. Obviously, Spirit Siphon is hard to deal with, but it's a lot of magical damage.
Yeah.
Torrent?
They definitely could with like Yapsor, right, with like a tiny move rotation, but I think they're just matching. They're like, you want to stay tri-lane? We're staying tri-lane. We're getting more out of it. I mean, again, Puppy pulls, gets a successful small camp pull. Just these little tiny bits will add up to make their lane strong.
Now they find themselves crit. In no man's land, an invisible snowball. Where's it at?
What the hell?
Oh, it was
onto the creep died.
Yeah, okay.
What the? That's... Okay.
Next level play.
Forgot about that little interaction sometimes that happens when the creep does die, but that was weird. As at bottom, they're just continuing to chase people, chase each other around.
No. There's out the avalanche. Just a little bit of harassment there again.
Yeah, he's got arcane boots, right? So he wants to just keep throwing those spells out, and they have full mana. Constant full mana on the side of Secret. EG is also doing a good job of having full mana, but we see those levels, right? Lisha approaching 5, Yapster approaching 5, Puppy near 4. And EG is just a little bit behind on it.
I mean, it does feel like it is the trade-off with the Death Prophet being a little bit ahead of this Kunkka right now, and also the Tidehunter having a slightly... I mean, it's basically even with the
It's pretty much even across the board, yeah. It's just a slight experience is the one from the pulls that Secret's been doing. Midone actually tried to make a rotation to bottom, and now he's making a rotation top.
Oh, this would be huge if they're able to find it. The torrent, the boat, the follow-up. It's so much damage with the snowball. It pulls in at the very last second. What can they do to try and get out of here, though? They're living for the moment. The rotation comes from Sumail. The snowball save was so key for them to be able to turn this back around. Nisha trying to run, but he can't run. Neither can Puppy. Eat this.
Very nice there by Crit. They even make the move, right? Like Sumail matches the movement, having a TP. He saw mid one coming up for a second. As soon as he does, he's able to get the TP, get, I think it was a 4-man silence afterwards too. Great responsive play from EG. As they want to be playing a lot in this game, I do believe that their draft is a little bit more of a responsive draft, while Secrets wants to put the pressure on more.
A spin up on top for Fly. Up he'll be there as well. The Frost Armor, as well as that Magic Stick, trying to slow, trying to live. But eventually the Lich will die. And meanwhile, down bottom, Ravage used. Crip made that rotation onto Zai. He dropped the wall, does not connect, and with a snowball finish.
So close.
Keeps him alive.
Crit. This time Crit's coming into play, right? Last game he did not have the performance he wanted on the Tusk. He wasn't really given the opportunities to. This time he's showing up already in these first 10 minutes.
And we were talking about a little bit after the match yesterday against LGD. I feel like Crit has kind of been the MVP so far for EG this tournament.
I definitely agree. The two supports even. Like Fly having so many deaths, a lot of the games he's still been playing super well. Yeah, Crit's been definitely the X factor though. I mean, his Earth Spirit is phenomenal.
To DD rune, block it off. Make sure that mid one can't take that away.
Gets to the 2 bounty runes as well. So 2 for 2. EG pulling slightly ahead in this laning phase now. They get the experience lead and the slight gold lead. Pretty cool. We have seen tri-lanes. We've talked about a lot this tournament. Tri-lanes, but a lot of the times the tri-lanes, after a couple minutes, they break. This game, it was like 9 minutes of just a tri-lane versus tri-lane.
Yeah.
Level 10 Tidehunter walking in the face of a level 5 Juggernaut. Oh, and Nisha crits the creep, so he misses the last hit.
That's sad.
The worst feeling.
You hate to see that. And this time, Terrorblade heading to jungle with twice the amount of levels that he had last time. Lich in some trouble here, and S4 just going to back away. I don't think he can really help out that much, and they throw the Foster Armor on him before goes away. Toss under tower, but there are creeps here, which keeps him alive. Have Omni Slash available from Nisha, but getting that damage reduced, and S4 again threatening. He's buying so much space for his team here, and with the healing ward down, I think that might finally be it. Or S4 wants to walk further forward.
He's super tanky.
He still has creeps.
He wants to keep this catapult alive as long as possible to put the pressure on the towers. You see, he walks in, he's got sustain from the Vlads with the anchor smash constantly.
And now with Sumail and Fly showing back up again, they can take this tier 1 tower.
Yeah. And that's a little bit of a difference too that they had from last game. Last game, they struggled to hit buildings, even though they had a Terrorblade. Arteezy was the only one who can. This game, they've got a Tidehunter who's pretty farmed. He can do it, and also Death Prophet who can do it quite nicely.
Wall dropped behind the tower onto Crit. He's being chased by his own illusion there. Going to Walrus punch it and walk away, but they're still moving in with Puppey here as well. In the meantime, they're also putting pressure on the mid lane. Crit still has Snowball available to keep him alive if he wants to. Going to try and get over to the creeps. Doesn't have the tower close enough to be able to really go for a deny there. The spin in the jungle onto the Lich Wall. This is going simultaneously, and looks like Crit is finally going to fall. Meanwhile, S4, Ravage, turn this one. Fly able to bait it beautifully. They do have Omni Slash. A good torrent coming to try and interrupt all of this damage. Coming out, Anisha hunting for his prize in the boat. It's going to be there as well as the X to find the kill. Now Tidehunter just going to have to back away.
Fly had nowhere to go.
Classic Fly game, really.
Yeah, how's he doing? 0-4? That's the space. I mean, it's okay. It's okay as these 5 positions to die a bit.
Yeah. Oh, Yapzor also in some trouble. They're going to chase forward. Snowball coming in afterwards. Going to pull Sumail inside. They have that ice path to try and interrupt it.
He really wants this chase.
I mean, he's going for it. Sumail going to be tossed back again. Crit's there to help him out. Let's have the Walrus punch afterwards. The Spirit's chasing. The Shrine has popped. And Sumail is incredibly deep right now, is still wanting to go in onto this Tiny. Son taking no for an answer. Is he going to be able to find that toss back in again? He's able to find the finish. Now Iron Shell Sumail. He can still play his way out of this one. He's still living through absolutely everything, but they bring in Nisha, the boat. They're going to drop all of the ultis in the world.
Now they're looking for Crit too.
I mean, he got his man, but it came at a cost, and now this Tusk also ran at. They have the Iron Shell on the illusion. Eventually, the Walrus 2 will fall.
They forced everybody over there while the Tidehunter and the Terrorblade is farming, so it looks, I mean, kind of even, I guess, in the gold. Like, gold goes Secret a little bit favored, but at the same time, there's 2 heroes that are significantly farming on the side of EG too. So it's, I mean, it's kind of like a trade-off. It's just now they don't have Exorcism. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
So now it could be where Secret looks to make aggressive moves, because like we mentioned, the one thing about EG's draft is that they do have to play around timings. They don't have Ravage up, they don't have Death Prophet ulti, and Meta is not available either. Just long cooldown, says Fly.
Yeah, still 30 seconds until Ravage up, and Fly, not at level 6 yet, does not quite have Chain Frost. They kill him off as well. So this tier 2 tower going to be assaulted, and they need to make something happen, I'm assuming, with that next round of ultis on Evil Geniuses. Only a slight lead for Secret. This game feels a lot more close than it did previously, as the boat is going to come out trying to get into range with the Snowball, but couldn't kind of save, and the Omni Slash keeps on going on to Crit. The Snowball finally is out there. It's trying to turn onto this Puppey, and they will kill him off. So a nice pickup there, but it comes at a cost further as they've actually brought in Fly. He dies yet again.
Oh, God, Fly.
Dude, this is...
He just respawned.
He's been dead more than alive for a little while now, it feels like.
Yeah, those two deaths really hurt because he just showed up, immediately dies. Respawns really quick though, he's back already. Only level 5 on the Lich. They need this Chain Frost. It does add quite a bit of team fight to them.
He has been hurting. And now a Shadow Blade done for the Kunkka. Evil Geniuses, they're going to have Exorcism back up as well as Ravage. This is a strong timing for them, particularly with Omni Slash down.
They need to make a lot happen when they do have these ultis. That's the thing, is that Secret, it's a similar strategy to they played the last time. It's fast tempo, just as I was saying previously as S4. We'll look to try to guarantee they get this tower for Arteezy, just walking at Puppey.
Oh my god, he does a lot of damage here. Phase Boots, Medallion, Vlad's. Very, very tanky Tide, and now the boat goes out, able to connect. There's the Avalanche. Teasy in some trouble, the Ravage to interrupt though, and now he can turn it back around with the Sun. Finds himself onto that Darkseer, trying to get the kill. One more hit's gonna do it. Sumail with the double, and although they are starting to lose this Terrorblade, he's barely able to walk away, and they're gonna take down this tier 1 tower. Kunkka thinks better of it, he's back out.
Those timings, right? They were having, oh my god, the Illusion's actually chasing Arteezy. He's gone away. The Tusk Illusion was going after him. But yeah, they use all their ultis there. They have everything up, and Secret kind of walks into it to give it them. They were so close. If Arteezy's even like 100 units closer, YapzOr can get the toss off before he's actually able to get that Sunder, and they could maybe net themselves that kill. But EG get themselves quite a bit of space there, chunking that net worth lead down from 3k to 1.
A back and forth that happens when these ultis are on cooldown.
Yep. Now it's going to be Secret. Run at them. Because they know that Ravage was used, they know Death Prophet ulti was used, they know absolutely everything was used on EG, except for Chain Frost. So Fly at least does have that one, but Fly has to be very careful of just dying to mid one here, which might just happen.
I mean, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they just keep killing this Lich. Fly having a rough time.
A lot of gold going their way just from killing him now. 249, it's still something there. Experience only 388, but they're able to put the pressure onto the tower after that immediately.
17 minutes in, a tier 2 tower going to be secured. Evil Geniuses have been able to match their tempo, though, at least in terms of the towers taken.
When they have ults, though, that's the thing. It's like right now they still don't have ults. They don't have pretty much anything. No. I actually saw YapzOr pinging bottom tower, but they're just actually going to put a deep ward and prepare for the later stages if they do want to be able to pressure that bottom side. Just having that vision in the base already.
Arteezy has been farming very low HP as the snowball to try and keep Crit alive. They move in with S4. Already the Macro Pirate down, and the Tusk is going to die. So, not really the most done with those ultis off cooldown. And now with them coming back up in just a couple of seconds, we'll see it EG again try and make a move. Maybe could go for the top tier 2 tower. We saw that pinged out a second ago. Or thinking about they wanted to secure Roche, but
Secret's already set up looking for something here. They've placed so much vision around the map too, so they can see when EG is preparing to set up for those pushes.
When Tidehunter wanting to catch his prey, he needs to be careful with that Kunkka moving after him, but mid one not able to find it. The Ion Shell surged Kunkka.
It's scary for Tide too, because there's a couple abilities that you can't actually get rid of. It's like X. X is one of those big ones. When you're playing Slark, when you're playing Tide, you get grabbed by it, you're not going to dispel it. YapzOr steps up, S4.
There's so much damage on this Tidehunter.
Stopping the blink, but yeah, YapzOr will start to turn with the rest of his team.
Can't take this one off, like you said, but he will be able to crack in the shell afterwards, and now the interrupt coming because the rest of EG is trying to show up to this fight. They already dropped down the wall, though. Pulling back in, only Fly, not the greatest. Dual Scepter lift up mid one. Can't turn this. The boat, it's thrown out in the middle of where everybody should be, and the Omni Slash is there. It's doing enough, at least for the moment. They kill off Sumail in the duration of the ulti. This fight might not go the way that EG wanted to. Chain Frost not doing enough either. Nisha's out of mana, but YapzOr is there with the Avalanche, the toss, and the kill onto S4. They lose 3. Crit, where are you going to go now? They have him fully encapsulated in this one. Wants to get the snowball to run away, and does look like he can do it to the low ground from mid one, but they will find him. The toss!
The toss from the high ground, what the? That was pretty cool. Haven't seen that actually over the cliff side. Arteezy was coming to try to join because as soon as Sumail dies, they have no damage. They need Sumail or Arteezy in the fights to survive for some time to be able to dish it out, but Sumail used his Yules aggressively on the Darkseer, gets caught by the boat, and just explodes from that Omni Slash. And that was their fight that they wanted to have go successful because they used a lot of their ultis.
A long window for Secret to take advantage of this.
There's still meta for RTZ, but he's not going for a fighting build really. He's going for more of like, I need to farm as fast as possible. He's going for the butterfly Yasha. Look how squishy he is. 950 HP on Agi Treads.
Yeah, it feels like they just need to avoid right now. You actually can't fight into this. And Secret are going to be able to take over map control. Nisha here recognizing he doesn't really need to be that concerned about anything. He's just going to spin, try and walk away. Well, maybe if a good Shards is there, and if he's too far forward, Arteezy on top of him with the Metamorphosis trying to run away. Nisha brought down. And that was about the best case scenario. Yep, immediately into Roche.
With the meta.
Oh, this is huge. Evil Geniuses with the big play. There's no buyback from this jug either, so he can't come back to contest this one. They have the Torrent out. There's boat available as well, and maybe that's enough to force EG back.
It's still scary to fight in the pit versus Darkseer. He just throws the wall right in the middle of it. Like, what the hell do you do? Even if you have a TB with meta, that's even more painful, because then the illusion's going to keep spawning. You have to back off versus Darkseer, Jakiro in the pit.
So it isn't going to be an attempt at Roche. Genius is just going to be content with that kill that they took and try and farm up to those next set of items that make them tanky.
Went for the full Silver Edge onto mid one. So really wanted to apply that break onto the Tide.
Gonna break in people. This Terrorblade in some trouble, and he also does not have a whole heck of a lot of mana stick charges. Sunder available, but not going to get off. There's nobody around to help out that TB. The Walrus Punch, Maniacs are very low. He's just dead. All of the minus armor in the world there, and the Snowball's trying to interrupt, but they wait on the X. They pull him back after the duration of the Snowball. Now Broken, trying to run, trying to get out of there. The Ice Path with the Macro Pyre down. S4, see if he can walk away.
They got to get out of there. Secret.
In some trouble. The Exorcism is back up, and now the Silence as well, taking the bad fight. Ravage, it only connects onto one, but if they can take down mid one here, it's such a great kill to find, and with the tag team slow, the Sinister Gaze back, they find that kill on the mid.
Exorcism committed just for the end of it though, so it's not really getting the most out of it. They get the kills at least. At least they punish the dives onto Arteezy.
Yeah. And again, we're about back to 3,000. 2,000 net worth lead.
The DD rune outside the Roche pit.
Ulti's down.
They don't have Ravage, they don't have Exorcism, and they don't have meta.
They do have Chain Frost, they have a pipe, no Kunkka for 15 seconds.
But they're going to be full HP while doing this. They have a Vlad's and a Crimson Guard on Zai. He's incredibly tanky, and he's just going to have Nisha. Oh my god, these DD runes right outside the pit. Just the most fortunate thing ever. S4 has to be careful. There's an Omni Slash available.
Danger, danger, needing to walk away. He still does have the Kraken Shell, which is keeping him survivable. They see how low Roche is and Evil Genius is. It's so tempting to want to go back in and come and contest for Roche. See if you can buy a little bit more time. But Ravage still on cooldown for a while. They're not going to be able to come and contest this.
I thought Nisha would just throw out the Omni because he has the DD, but maybe thinking the Tidehunter is too tanky, which he might be. He's 23 armor, 2,000 HP, might have actually been able to survive through it. So now the next item, of course, on Arteezy and Sumail, as we've seen a lot of these times, is how much magic damage and control comes down from Secret. They really need BKBs. We expected Arteezy to go this as well because he went for your Butterfly Yasha, like the greediest build you pretty much can go on a Terrorblade for farming.
Likewise, really feel like that crit Blink Dagger needs to come online as soon as possible. That item can make all the difference in these fights, being able to turn around the big combo that we know is coming. And, well, he's not going to get it like that, as the Snowball actually up to the high ground, or trying to get to it, but it's just to the Ancients, and the Shards block off. It's a little bit harder to kill him off there, but he's still going to end up falling.
Husk just with, 2,100 HP with Treads and 2 bracers. So it'll take him a bit to go down there. Yeah. So yeah, Zai has majority of these auras. S4, he went for the just the Vlads in the pipe, which I think Zai's going to be going for pretty much all of them on the Darkseer, as we usually do see.
Dire's top tower is under
One thing that we should talk about with Team Secret's lineup is that it's not the easiest at breaking high ground. Really, this Jakiro is good at being able to do some damage onto like tier 1 towers, push the waves out. Nisha is like spin TP, and that's about it.
Yeah, they can do the spin pressure. There's still the punch they have to worry about, but yeah, Nisha's, the Jug's usually one of those, and he's kind of okay.
Yeah. Puts himself a little bit at risk, but as long as you're playing it correctly.
Yeah.
Particularly once the Blink Dagger comes out from crit, that's when it becomes more scary. Top lane.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Trying, man. 4,000 gold lead for Secret.
See Arteezy doing what he does best, sending illusions to cut these creep waves constantly so he can get a little bit more farm in that mid lane. And now they've got everything available. On the side of EG, they want to try to take a fight versus Secret, but Secret still has a good amount of time on that Aegis. So area control is the name of the game. These high ground controls, to see who gets the initiation first, is really important in these upcoming fights.
Oh, all the bounty runes.
Mid one playing it safe too. He's going to be going for the BKB right after that Silver Edge to be able to soak, of course, the control that comes out from EG and their magic damage.
There's a Yule Scepter on this Death Prophet. He reveals himself, but immediately pulls back in. Sumail can't get in range. But it looks like they're going to try and pressure for this tier 1 tower bottom, while simultaneously Secret pushing up top lane.
And one thing we didn't have addressed really either is we've talked about Darkseer a bunch. His Eye, he's been having a very good tournament actually, one of his best that I've seen. He also is a Darkseer versus a Tower Blade. So Wall of Replica is a thing that we do have to watch out for. So the stronger Tower Blade gets, that Wall is going to start putting in a beating onto his team as well.
All right, BKB timings. You have it on the Terrorblade, have it on the Death Prophet.
Okay.
What do they want to do? I mean, still, Roche, they're going to have that Aegis for another couple of minutes. But it feels like after that point, it could be a free-for-all.
Secret got a pretty good amount of vision in these last few moments. I've been seeing them keeping tabs on Ancients or even blocking Ancients constantly versus Arteezy too. Nisha getting chased out here. Crit trying to find eyes on him.
Can he get in range? Just outside of vision, and they're still chasing, but doesn't look like they want to go any further forward as... Well, on the other side, Yapzor, Sinister Gaze, S4, he's got Ravage if they want to move forward into this one. The boat to try and follow it. They have the break, and now the toss back onto the Tidehunter with the Omni Slash. He's silenced. He can't crack it. Show it off. He wasn't able to do anything. He has buyback if they want to continue with this fight. So the snowball putting him into position. Crit very low on HP, and it looks like EG is going to have to back out. They also lose the Lich.
Arteezy's on the high ground.
He's stuck up on the high ground in the avalanche. The toss. They got him caught. Arteezy, where are you going to go? Flipped up in trouble. But S4 buys back. He wants to deal his damage, but he can't do anything. They're too far away from him. That Terrorblade is stuck up there, and Sumail left all alone to his own devices. They can't do anything at all. Where's your damage? It's up too high. They want to pull the fight back over to this side of the engagement, but it's not happening.
He's still up there.
Evil Genius is going to lose their carry in the most tragic of ways as S4 just wants a little help, but it's not coming. Oh, no, 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 no. The torrent, the Ava, the toss, and the destruction.
Oh my god, that was with the S4 and the crit buyback. This could just be the game. Zai with the most game-winning vacuum on the high ground. Arteezy tried to TP, but he didn't use his BKB before TPing. He wanted to save it, he got greedy, and he gets punished. They're just going tier 4s, they know.
They know, they can smell blood. Secret wanting a date with Virtus Pro and Zai gives them the thanks.
Of course, after that play, that vacuum by Zai, we were just talking about how great of a tournament he's had. What a beast.
Unbelievable. 28 minutes in, the tier 4 towers. Right now, it is silent out, but Evil Geniuses on verge of elimination. Secret doing it to him yet again. The throne is assaulted. They can't believe it. The Chain Frost bouncing back and forth. The boat is out, though, giving everybody the rum buff. The damage mitigation is there, the Ava, the toss. They want to hold this one, if at all possible. Now the BKB moving forward. There's no Metamorphosis, though. He's beating into Puppy, wanting to take his revenge. They will find that kill, but the buyback comes immediately. Secret want to end this game, and there's going to be the back of the wall. The combo, it comes back in, and they find the kills needed. But Arteezy, he gets the Sunder off, just trying to live through this one. They have the spin, and he needs to back out yet again. This Throne on such low HP. Can they kill it off in time? It's going to happen. Good game call. They're going to the grand finals.